Hey, a pleasant good day, everyone. This is going to be the Winnipeg Jets season outlook, the post-Line and Dubois trade, which was, of course, Patrick Line and Jack Roslovic for Pierre-Luc Dubois and a third-round pick. Post that trade, the Jets definitely look very, very, very strong. Yeah, they are obviously losing one of the league's better punchers in terms of putting the puck in the net. But Pierre-Luc Dubois definitely has, as a former third overall pick, more offense in his game rather than just that great defensive and two-way game you have seen when he was putting in the effort before this season in Columbus. So that is a big part that is going to be a future building block for the Jets. I think you're going to see his offense take off, probably alongside Nikolai Ehlers and I would assume Kopp, since he's been on the second line, and then Stastny would move down, who has looked like a nice addition himself since coming in. He hasn't been able to pot a point yet, but he's a +3, has looked good on both ends of the ice, and has looked pretty decent centering Ehlers and Kopp. But now you're going to let Paul Stastny at the age of 35 move down into a third line role as be the third line center, while you have Scheifele up top, I would think, still, and then Pierre-Luc Dubois as your very good number two. That is making your center core very lethal, especially if Paul Stastny keeps playing, just doing the good little things the way that you want him to do at this point of his career. And you still got Lowry, and you still got Jansen Harkins as well. So I would think Lowry would probably slot down to the fourth. Harkins might, unfortunately, at that point become for himself the odd man out that's more of a platoon guy, since I don't think you're going to take out a veteran like Trevor Lewis and move Harkins to the wing. It's going to be interesting to see what you do there. Then, of course, Vissalainen, if he starts to get playing time, especially now with until Dubois is able to come in, if he does really well, that's going to force somebody out, obviously, because you're not going to want to take a young 21-year-old out that starts flourishing if that does happen. So it's going to be interesting, but these are all obviously fantastic problems to have, figuring out where you fit Dubois in, so you figure out where you want to put Stastny and where you want to put Lowry after. Having those issues with your centers is a great problem to have. And the Jets have enough scoring on their wings. They have Nikolai Ehlers, who's able to pot, realistically, in an 82-game season, upwards of 25 or more goals if he really just commits to shooting the puck. The dude has a great shot. He's just an all-around player that's a good passer, a good shooter, good on the other end. So he's not going to just shoot, but if you tell him, like Adam Henrique had that one year with the Ducks, was their leading scorer, to just use his shot more, he's definitely going to be very lethal and very effective with that. And then now you have Vissalainen coming up as another playmaker, goal scorer. If he can really fit in and do well for you, that's going to be huge to add into that lineup, to have another dynamic player. But this is going to be a great lineup. You got Kyle Connor, you got Mark Scheifele, you got Blake Wheeler, you got Stastny, Kopp, Ehlers. You have Adam Lowry, who's gotten off to a good start himself with 2 points already on the young season, and developing Appleton, who's a good bottom six player. So I think this team is really made for good. They also obviously have their defense playing well this year. The Derek Forbort and Neil Pionk line has looked really good. Forbort already has 3 points, surprisingly, when he's not as much of a offensive guy, as does Neil Pionk. And then you have Joshua Morrissey and then Dylan DeMello, who hasn't played yet but is going to face off and have a very good year, in my opinion, one of the more underrated defensemen in hockey for the Jets. And then Logan Stanley, the youngster, definitely don't want to get hit around by him. You definitely don't want to get hit by that 6'6" monster. But he's been pretty good on the ice as well, playing with Nathan Belayu. So I think this team is definitely really set. And then Tucker Pullman has been all right when he's been on the ice too, who's now out with the COVID protocol. But I think this team is definitely set. They got the guy in net, obviously. Connor Hellebuyck's the Vezina winner. He's the best goalie in hockey right now. And you got the guy in net. And Lauren Perceau also looked pretty solid in his first game as well. So if Lauren Perceau's really able to come into his own as the backup for Hellebuyck, you got the great lineup at the very deep centers now, probably one of the best center core in hockey now after getting Dubois, because you have Scheifele, you got Dubois, Stastny keeps playing the way he does, and then you have Lowry, who, if he keeps developing, is going to become a nice little Swiss Army knife player for you, like he already is, but even more so if he keeps playing like at the start of this year in your lineup. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. This has been the look ahead to the Winnipeg Jets since the Patrick Laine and Pierre-Luc Dubois trade. I think this trade is going to really help out the Jets down the middle, who didn't have as much depth as you would want Lowry is a solid third-line center where Harkins hasn't proven himself enough yet to be considered an everyday lineup guy, in my opinion, but he definitely could still do that and has the potential to still do that. It just hasn't happened yet. So that's why I feel like this trade really works out for them. It gives Harkins no pressure as a former second-round pick to kind of come into his own at his own rate and not have to feel like he really has to be that steady Eddie fourth-line center, since now he might be a platoon guy and Kopp will move down there, or excuse me, Lowry will move down there potentially. But this has been the NHL Team Outlook for the Winnipeg Jets. I'm Joe Boric. Please like, comment, and subscribe, everybody. It's really appreciated. Have a great day and enjoy the hockey and enjoy your newly acquired player, Winnipeg Jets fans. Peace out, everybody.